Our Vice President, Shirley Osmond, is our Secretary. She's been the Secretary for a long time. Dave Shirley just walked up. Let's see. Amber Minjin is our new Executive Director, has been on staff for 5-6 weeks now.
Yep.
Very happy to have her here. We're missing Stanley Tucker, Karen Meadows. Stanley is our treasurer with great assist from Karen. We've also, who else am I leaving at? Holly Wheeler and O'Neill Shaw, although it's sad. Oh, I'm sorry, can't forget my better half, Dale. Thanks for reminding me. But we did have some bad news this afternoon that O'Neill has resigned from the board. O'Neill has been on the board probably 8 or 9 years. He served as president for a couple, but he was very instrumental in getting in that time where our ox was in the ditch. I don't know if y'all know that we made a mistake. The prior board made a mistake in buying the old cotton warehouse, which we could not financially afford to maintain or to get into the condition that it needed to be. So we turned it back over. Also at that time, we lost our 501c3 status through some mismanagement by our accountant. But we had some other difficulties. But O'Neill headed that charge up. Stanley Tucker followed him as president. Those two did great jobs in getting us back into where we could stand up. As of today, we are in much better shape. I don't know if y'all have looked at the overall site, but we've done a lot of improvements. Basically, a lot of it's just cleaning up. Our financial situation is better, but the only reason it's better is because we have not been fully staffed, so we've been saving money for salaries. And we've had volunteers step up. One volunteer in particular has stepped up big time and did a lot of the administrative work that was required during that period of time. Our staff has done a great job. Jennifer Chavez, Brandy,
Perry.
Brandy Perry, and we've got a new Mary Ann, and then Tundra. They work very, very hard at a very thankless job. If you can imagine what they have to do twice a day, cleaning up the kennels and taking care of the dogs, feeding them. Just the overall amount of work is mind-boggling at times, and they've done an outstanding job getting it done. We have some desires, some hopes as far as particularly this facility. Several ideas we want to bring back into operation. Some of the kennels, although with our limited staff, we don't need 60 kennels. So we're talking about bringing back in about 10 to 15 kennels and then opening up the rest of this area as a playground, playgroup, adoption area, or whatever we can best utilize it for. Hopefully we can get some donations to get that done because there is a huge need. We have been very fortunate that we have not had to euthanize many animals over the past several months. Some of the ones that we've had to euthanize were feral cats, which is a problem we're always going to have because they are basically unadoptable with multiple health issues. And there is some question about the trap, neuter, release programs and how you can do that both legally and ethically. That's difficult. But if we can open some of these up, it will even lower our potential euthanasia rates for the dogs greatly. We've been doubling up on kennels, which creates some issues, but that along with a lot of foster folks coming in, adopters coming in and taking the animals off our hands so we do not have to euthanize. That is the last thing we want to do. Our goal is a positive outcome for every animal that comes through this gate. Although we know that it's not possible to have a no-kill shelter. Those basically don't exist. The shelters that claim that, what they'll take is they'll take their problem animals and move them down the road to somebody else to euthanize. We don't have that luxury here. If they come here, we can't find them adoptions or fosters. It's the only answer that we have is to put them down.
But knock on wood, we have not euthanized for space since February.
Say that again.
We have not euthanized for space since February.
Say it one more time.
I mean, that to me is incredible.
And to his point, a no-kill shelter is under a 10% euthanasia rate, so we are technically a no-kill as since February. So, I would like to keep that under 10%. So, didn't mean to interrupt, but that.
Essentially, we provide. Chattahoochee Humane Society has been an organization and operation since the late 70s. We provide the animal services for Chambers County, Valley, Lynette, and Lafayette that the state requires them to have. Our overall budget from those entities is about $145,000 a year. That's not a whole lot when you look at the number of employees we have and the cost to run this operation. We have annual budget meetings with those entities. They're coming up in August and September, where we're going to have to ask them to increase that funding. There's just no way around it.
Just example, our power bill this month was $911.
And
So-
I'm pretty sure our trash bill was
Yeah.
up there
Yeah.
too.
Everything's
It's
doubled or tripled in cost. I
It
mean,
is.
supplies, dog food, cat food, everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Vaccines have gone through the roof. So we vaccinate all our animals. It's
Well, just like, our costs have gone up just like everybody else's costs have gone
Everybody
up. Food. Now, fortunately, we did get a huge donation from Newman's Farm Supply in Lafayette. They gave us, I think it was 5.5 tons of food.
Great work out there.
Yeah.
5.5 tons of food. Now, we shared that with Big Valley Rescue Organization, which they pull a great number of animals from us. And we've still got a cooler full and bags full. So that's food that we're going to use for a long time, for as long as we have got it. But that was a huge boost to our bottom line,
Yeah.
and greatly appreciated. So if y'all use Newman Supply in Lafayette, tell them a big thank you. That was an awesome gift. Unexpected, totally unexpected. John, you got anything?
Just want to thank everybody for coming out and showing support. We are definitely moving in the right direction. We're definitely moving in the right direction, and it can't be done without our new executive director. We're very proud of her and the inroads that she has made thus far, as well as all the board members. Just say a prayer for us as we move forward, and that's basically it. I have nothing else to say. Thank you.
Y'all got any questions?
Any questions from the board?
Be glad to answer whatever we can.
We're also open to suggestions too. If anyone has any suggestions on, we like ideas. So any suggestions that you have for this space, or how to get more fosters, how to get the community involved. We were talking about doing a spay and neuter clinic once a month on a Saturday or something. If we could get Riverside's help with that. Riverside is our go-to. They do help us out a lot, but sometimes they are booked months out, and they are the only clinic here, so we have to transport down and use Falls and Affordable down in Columbus. So just really my goal as the new director is really to, like I said, have that euthanasia rate down below that 10%. I have high hopes that we can become a no-kill. But at the same time, I also need the community's help. And I need each and every one of your help to spread the word in the community for responsible pet ownership. You know, to share our flyers when we share the clinics for the spay and neuter. To share when, you know, we have to take animals from animal control to the vet and pay $2,000 to get them fixed because they come in sick. We had an animal we had to turn away today who had a prolapse. So she literally came in from animal control today with her intestines hanging out. It is a widespread problem that we're dealing with, and it's not just in Georgia and Alabama. So spreading the word is huge with social media. Just a couple weeks ago when we had posted that we were gonna have to euthanize, I asked that we shared so much that people from an hour and a half away came to rescue, I'm getting choked up because I'm so excited, came to rescue 3 of our dogs so that we did not have to put down. It's emotionally draining to constantly have to choose who gets to live and who doesn't. And our staff, you know, I don't want to put them through that, and I don't want to be a part of the person who chooses who gets to stay and who gets to go. So, using the power of social media to share their stories, that's what we've been focusing on. We've been focusing on getting our website up and more user-friendly. We've been focusing on getting our social media and brand presence out so people start to really know and understand who we are, and we've really tried to be transparent the past few weeks and just let everybody know what's going on. We know this is happening all over the country, but like we said, we are a very small shelter that services the entire Chambers County. So we need the entire Chambers County to really step up and help us, because we really do care about these animals, and we want to be the voice for them and just let every one of them have a story, and then have you guys help us share their stories so they can get adopted and get out of jail.
So is this mainly about dogs, or does it include the cats? Because I hear dog, 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 and I'm not hearing anything about the cats. And
Yes.
I'm here to represent that group.
Yes, absolutely, and I apologize for just focusing. The cat problem is it's a little easier for us since we have the cat room, the cattery. We're able to have 10 cats in there, 10 kittens in there running around, roaming freely. And cats are smaller, they take up less space, so we have kennels for them, and we're able to switch them out and allow them to roam a little bit more. Cats are also more easily adoptable from us, from what I've seen over the past few weeks, because they come out and they're already able to use the litter pan, and cute and playful kittens are they're they really, and I don't mean that in I love kittens.
I got you. Numerically, we have either adopted or went to shelters or other rescue agencies more canines than we do. More felines than we do canines.
I know before she came along, we came in and took several mothers with kittens.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
And we
Thank you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate
and
that.
take hold ourselves, because we
So
can't
many.
get nobody to foster.
We
Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
Well, we did have-
dropped the adoption fee for
We
cats
did.
Yes.
We
down
had
to $10, and how many went out in a 2-week period?
23.
23 1 week though. No sooner than all those cats and kittens went out, we got an influx more in.
Right.
But
It's kitten season.
it is, but like I also said, it is easier to house the kittens.
Right.
They, especially kittens, can all play in an area together. Puppies, it's harder because of the parvovirus.
Right.
It's very, we have to keep them all separate in isolated areas. And so 10 puppies, we don't have an area specifically for 10 puppies. So we have to individually put them, that's 10 kennels. Or if we do buddy them up, that's 2 kennels per puppy. So, so the cats' lives here I'd like to think are really, it's not
They're
as
safe.
it's safe here. I know
Right.
that they're safe. They're getting fed every single day, and they're kind of able to have an okay life here. and their stay is really not as long as the canines. We've had some dogs here since February. So yeah.
Going into the cat room, play with those kittens is a great de-stressor.
It is. And we love the kittens, and we grow attached to them because they are so playful and they are so sweet.
Quick to purr.
Yes. So
I know just under the fosters that I have, I've got 30-something cats in my group, so I know.
yeah.
I'm taking 9 tomorrow to be spayed neuter kittens.
Are you?
I'm transporting 9 to Columbus in the morning.
I hear you. But yeah,
And one more thing, I'd just like to, say thank you to Chris. He's here with his children, and they come up and they volunteer every Saturday to walk dogs. And these dogs appreciate it. I appreciate it. We all really appreciate it. Our volunteers. Some days our girls are cleaning so much that or they have to bathe animals or take care of sick animals. They don't get to walk the dogs right away. And so on a Saturday when they come in and they walk the animals, you're setting a really good example for your kids, and we appreciate it. And like I said,
Helping us out greatly too.
yeah, we couldn't do
play.
this work without,
And it's not too much work for y'all, is it?
Is it work? Does it seem like work
They
for
seem
you,
they
or
seem
you
to
like
have a
it?
smile on their face when they're out here. It's not drudgery.
What's required for the fostering the dogs?
We just require you to fill out an application, and then we just need to look it over, make sure if you are a renter that your landlord approves. If it's a dog, we look for things like where they're going to be while you're at work, if you have a fenced-in yard, what your living situation is like, if you have other animals that might be not a good fit for what animal you're wanting to foster. And so we just kind of talk and have you fill out an application and just make sure that it's the right fit, that you're getting the right animal.
We even encourage you to bring your animal to meet
Do
the
meet and
other
greets.
animals.
Yes.
Do a meet and greet.
Any other pets right now?
Yeah, we always encourage people to bring their fur babies, their children babies, everyone up to do a meet and greet, because that's the only way that you're going to know if that's the right dog for you. We can dog test them with other animals, or cat test other animals that we have, but it can be individual for certain animals. So it's really important that you bring up the animals that you're going to be living with, or your household members that you're going to be living with. And that is also a question that each and every household member in your family agrees to this, because some people are like, oh, my boyfriend doesn't want me to have a cat, and they're trying to get a cat. So that's important too.
Want to announce some more board members that come up? Other board members come up.
Stanley Tucker and Holly Wheeler are also our board members.
We just want to show the public who your board members are, so when you see us, if you have any questions, we're very approachable. The Fed, the net, you can't miss us. Everybody knows us. And definitely, if you want to keep up with the Humane Society, please go to our Facebook page
And the website.
and the website.
Now.
They're really revamping that as well. And we're just proud. We're just proud that we're making the inroads, that we're finally making in a good direction for this community. We just need a lot of community support, whether it be financial, and as you can see, mostly voluntary, which doesn't cost you anything but time.
Yeah.
So please check in with us. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to contact any one of us, board members, or our executive director.
Yeah, and I encourage you, even if you only have an hour on your lunch break, you can come and walk 2 dogs in an hour, 3 dogs in an hour, 1 at a time. But I mean, even an hour would really greatly help us out. And if you can't foster for forever, even fostering for a day, get them out, take them to the dog park, or get the cat out to play, is really detrimental to getting them socialized and out in public, so that they are more adoptable, and they get used to a home living situation. Some of the animals that have grown up here, specifically Sue Ellen's puppies. Sue Ellen came to us back in April, and she was pregnant when she came in. She's had her puppies here. They are still here. This is all they've known, and they haven't had their 3rd shot yet. These puppies have never seen the grass. It's the sad truth, and so we are really pushing to get those puppies adopted. Once they have their third shot, they will be out and about and allowed to go out on play dates, take a dog on vacation. Like I said, even just
How late in the evening-
anytime you take them out of here, it is a vacation for them. It really is.
How late in the evening can you come to do that?
We close at 5, so I would say 4 o'clock would probably be the latest.
Y'all go by Eastern time, right?
By Eastern time, yeah.
But we can make appointments if it's something that
Yes.
you're really interested in.
So, and this is
I
the
mean,
other.
I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the other thing we're trying to expand on. We know in the past we've been closed on Saturdays and Sundays, and Wednesday has previously been our day of if we've had to euthanize or do medical treatment for the dogs, so we've been closed on Wednesdays as well. But now that we are fully staffed again and I am here, we are more than willing to do appointments on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays to get the crowd that hasn't been able to reach us because they work 9 to 5. So I think that's it. If we want to go tour the building and we can discuss animals if anyone's interested in adopting.